5 signs your business still depends on you. Your business only works when you're watching it. You don't have a team problem, you have a founder dependency problem. And founder dependency is the reason why more leads, more hires, and more tools can actually make your business harder to run. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 signs that your business still depends on you. So the real question we're asking ourselves is, can the business run without you? And the simple way to do this is what I do in my own business. I take vacation tests. Now, what I do is I make them longer and longer. If your business can't go a weekend without you, it definitely depends on you. If it can't go 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, you're still a constraint. And the strategy behind this vacation test is the longer the vacation test is, the more cracks you'll find and the more things you can solve inside your business to remove you as that constraint. So sign number 1 is that weird decisions keep coming to you. In my business, at first, I thought the problem was improper training. So we spent a lot of time training and educating our team. And then what I realized was, as they started coming to me, I asked them, well, what would you do in this situation? And I realized that they already knew the answer. They just didn't feel empowered to make that decision. So our operating system did not give them permission to make that decision. As soon as I allowed them to take control, they no longer need to escalate any questions to me. Now, sign number 2 is that hiring creates more headaches and more management for you. Now, in my business, I had rapid growth. We went from pretty much $0 to $100,000 in 2 months. And as part of that, we had to hire 30 people. Now, at first, when we hired these people, it was really stressful. But what we realized was the problem really wasn't the amount of people, it was the training and process behind them. So what we did was we revamped our entire onboarding, our training, our education system around consistent quality for our clients and clarity on expectations. Now that not only onboarded those individuals successfully, but in the future reduced the number of people I actually needed. And we built out the proper organization structure so that management and training and onboarding and even hiring no longer went through me. Now, sign 3 is that clients are bypassing the team and going directly to you as the business owner or founder when there is an issue or they want to get something out of you. Now, this is really, really common, especially if you're a founder that still does sales. So the biggest thing you can do is remove yourself as much as possible from client fulfillment, client sales, and even client communications. As an owner, you really have to move into that owner role. So for me, what I did was I really focused on building out structures where my team would be able to operate without me. So they understood how to answer those questions, how to solve problems. The same thing we said, empower them. And then I stepped out completely from client fulfillment. So that way I was not touching the clients when they're being fulfilled. I wasn't selling the clients. And that reduced me as a constraint in these situations. And we empowered our leadership to make those decisions and to really understand that they were in charge and there was no reason to escalate to me. Now, sign 4 is that quality depends on the person. And as I mentioned earlier, when we went from pretty much no hires to 30 overnight, there was definitely some employees that were doing better than others. And that's part of what we had to do. Is I thought the problem was that we just needed more people. The problem was we needed more clarity in what actually had to be done in the service. We had to tighten our scope. We needed better contracts, and then we needed a better process to understand exactly what fulfillment and good look like. Once we set that up, we had more consistent quality, and I wasn't involved in each step. Now, an example of this, if you think about McDonald's, if you think about an enterprise business, they have very robust processes for everything in their business, whether it's the size of the hamburger, the weight, how long the fries get cooked, how much salt goes on there. And this allows for consistent quality. Now, you might think I'm in a creative role. How do I do that? And that's really through consistent communication on what quality looks like and what success looks like in that job, but not just for that individual, for that employee, but also when you're selling the client, when you have the contract, when you build the strategy plan. You have to reiterate what good looks like so they understand that when you're doing a specific job, that is the expectation. Now, sign 5 is that tools are making more noise than success in your business. Now, one of the biggest things that I've seen is the utilization of AI, but if the systems behind what we're implementing aren't correct, all we're doing is speeding up the constraint. We're getting to the issues faster, things are falling apart faster, there's bigger cracks. So a very simple example of this is if you put an FAQ on your website, like a chatbot, and it's using AI, but your back-end questions, Q&As are wrong, they're giving bad answers, they're not helping pushing sales, they're not helping customer service, then you're gonna still have issues. So if you had that customer service issue and then you take the same questions and answers that they were already using and then you put them into an AI, you're gonna have the same problem. So as you're looking at these tools, as you're looking at these systems, you really need to solve the system so a human can do it first and then implement those more robust tools and automations, because you have to get the right Q&As, you have to get the right answers, you have to get the right response, and you have to monitor all of that. Now, one of the coolest things that I've noticed in my business is growth really shows dependency. Like I mentioned in that vacation test, when you're growing very quickly or when you're taking a long vacation, when you're stepping away from the business, you're gonna get more cracks. And this is very, very normal. Now, your job as a founder and a leader is to implement an operating system that allows these cracks to be closed, ideally without your input. So you're putting that leadership in place, you're putting the tools in place, you're putting the process in place so that your team can build and scale this. And this is really how you step out from being an operator to a founder to an owner. Now, if any of this is resonating with you and you don't know exactly where to start or what constraint might be the biggest, I built out a simple scorecard. It's only 12 questions. It takes about 3 minutes. It's completely free, and I'll analyze the decisions you're making and what questions are coming to you to help show you where to start first and to understand where you can improve in building that operating system for your business. You really need to stop guessing what to fix in your business. Take the free scorecard down below and determine where you can start first. If you like videos like